saw an article that Jack wrote about an older man who they were laying the foundation for his home there that day. And he wanted to thank Jack. And so he went and he picked a rose off of a rose bush there that had very little water. And the rose was kind of weak and small and didn't look like much. But he gave it to Jack and spoke a bunch of words, Kurdish, so Jack didn't understand, but he could tell the thank yous in the man's eyes. And as I read that, it inspired me to write this song, thinking of Jesus as our damaged drug. Amen?
One of the important things that we are moving into in the Middle East is the issue of women. There's something that's going on in the Middle East concurrent with what we see happening in Egypt, Libya, Jordan, many of these other places where people are revolting against the despotic regimes that have been governing them. At the same time, there's a revolt among Muslim women who have suffered much over the years of Sharia law. We have pictures up here. I don't know if we'll get them up or not, but most of you have seen the picture of the young Afghani woman, her Taliban husband, because he was angry with her and had a couple of his buddies hold her while he cut off her nose, cut off her ears. Women in Iran and other places can be stoned, buried up to their waist in the ground, stoned for an accusation of adultery. Adultery being in Sharia law just talking to a man who you don't know, a stranger. A woman could be accused of adultery. In many places, the women in the world are a little more than beasts of burden. And abuse and control is almost unbelievable. And the Saudi Revolution is about women that have had enough. Imagine killing your daughter because she wore a pair of jeans. Or because she talked to a boy that she didn't have permission to. This next song is about something that I actually saw with my eyes, not many miles from where I live in Iran. It's the death of a young Yazidi boy. We just want to tell you just a little bit about that. I wasn't there where she died. The son of my interpreter, Mohammed, brought a video on a cell phone that very graphically shows this young woman's death. Her name was Dua. Dua, as Pastor Lady told me, means prayer, correct? Prayer. She's a beautiful young woman, just like some of the young women in here, and she was dragged out of her home by her uncle and aunts simply because a Muslim boy, they're Yazidis, she was a Yazidi, he was a Muslim schoolmate. He sent his father to her father, as the precedent in the Middle East is, to ask for her hand in marriage. There was nothing that we would regard as inappropriate. Somehow the terrorists got involved in this and heard about the issue, stirred up trouble, suggesting that the Kurds were going to spirit this young woman away. And somehow this offended some kind of sensibility in that Yazidi community. And so these relatives felt their honor was offended. They came and forcibly dragged this 18-year-old girl out of her home, stripped her of her clothes out in the street, and started kicking her and bruising her. And I'm watching all of this on video. It's just a young 18-year-old girl, naked in the streets, with all kinds of young men standing around their cell phones, taking pictures of her death. Not one voice lifted in her defense. Not one. A crowd. I mean, there were more people standing around Dua as she died that have come to our concert. And most of them cell phones, again, photographic. When I saw that episode marked, I'll never forget it. I saw the bruises appearing on her body as they kicked her. And I saw her crawling on the ground, and an adult young woman looking at the person, looking for somebody to help. And there was nobody. Not one voice. Then somebody came up behind with a brick in hand, crushed her skull. And I saw the death right there. I want to tell you that will mark you for the rest of your life. Dua's dead. But there are lots of other Duas out there. Lots of women that need our help right now. Part of our mission in the Middle East is to stand as American Christians with these women who are reaching out for just basic human